Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the Protestant Education channel. Today we are going to be talking about Horatio Spafford. So, who is Horatio Spafford, or who was Horatio Spafford? Horatio Spafford was an American lawyer and poet. He is most known for composing "It Is Well With My Soul" following great tragedy in his life. So why am I talking about him today? So far on this series, I've been really trying to stick to theologians, Spener with Pietism and Whitefield being a founder of Methodism. But in this case, the hymn is very famous. The story, I find it very inspiring. And I remember hearing the story when I was younger the other day, and it was a story I wanted to dig a little deeper into and share with others. So who was Horatio Spafford? Horatio Spafford was a lawyer. He was a senior partner at his law firm, and he had a pretty big family. He had a wife and 4 daughters. He lived in Chicago, and he was friends with Dwight L. Moody. Now, while living in Chicago, he invested in real estate early in 1871. And if you know anything about Chicago's history, you can probably guess what happens next. So in October, that's when the Great Chicago Fire would happen, which would burn Chicago down and a majority of Spafford's investment along with it. And over the next 2 years, Spafford would have to deal with the aftermath of the fire, which took up most of his time, and he wasn't able to spend a lot of time with his family. So the family was planning to take a trip to England to see their friend Dwight L. Moody preach. However, due to business responsibilities and zoning issues following the fire, Spafford wouldn't be able to leave with the family. So Anna Spafford and the 4 daughters would go to England. And on November 22nd, 1873, the ship that Anna Spafford and her daughters were traveling on would collide with another ship, killing 226 people. This death toll included all 4 of Spafford's daughters, with the oldest being 12 years old. So after Anna Spafford got to Wales, she sent a telegram to Horatio. And this telegram is infamous now because all the telegram said was "saved alone." And that told Horatio all that Horatio needed to know. So Horatio was distraught, but he still had to go take care of his wife and the sole survivor of that tragedy, at least of the family. On his boat trip to Wales, and as he passed the place where his daughters died, he would he would write the song "It Is Well With My Soul," which, if you have not heard it, it is a beautiful hymn. I will read out I'll do the first 2 verses, just to give you an idea of how the song goes. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. Though Satan should buffet, though trials should come, let this blessed assurance control, that Christ hath regarded my helpless estate, and hath shed his own blood for my soul. It is well with my soul. So that is a little bit of the song, the first couple of lines. And after writing those words and the rest of the song, he would go on to, after coming back to Chicago, and he would show the song to a mutual friend of his through Dwight L. Moody, Philip Bliss, who would compose the melody of the song. And he would name the melody of the song after the boat that Spafford's daughters all died on, called the Ville du Havre. Probably not pronouncing the French really good there, but it's been a while since I took French. So, what can we take away from this story? I think it's a story about trust and faith. Through the loss of his daughters, he found contentment in God and wrote a whole song dedicated to God, not just after losing his daughters, but at the place where he lost his daughters, which I think is something really interesting. And I think it's a powerful message. Another thing that I really find interesting is how Horatio Spafford's story mirrors Job in a lot of ways. He loses his business first, and then he loses his family. And through all of that, no matter his lot, it was well with his soul. Which really reminds me of the end of Job, where Job says, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I shall depart. The Lord gives, and the Lord takes away. May the name of the Lord be praised." Horatio Spafford's story is one of great faith under trial, and while it may not be as big or as flashy of a story as many other Protestants, I still think it is a great story to tell, to keep telling, and to keep in the back of our minds. So, yeah. Sorry that this video is a little bit shorter than the other ones, but I'm kind of trying to pad out time less and just, if it's done, if I have nothing else to say, be done and say nothing else. So, with that, I guess God bless. God bless you guys and all your families. I hope to see you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.